You can fight with me.
Every day. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, everyone, and welcome to a sunshiny episode of the Good Leader Podcast. We got Lemuel, we got Anj, we got Jared, and we've got some special guests coming up later on in this episode as we talk about culture today, all things culture, and a little bit of not even a sneak peek. We're just going to start today. Our summer gimmick, our summer extravaganza coming at you. I'm calling it Pixar Palooza. We're going to have Pixar Palooza all summer long. We'll explain a little more later as our special guest gets on, but Inside Out 2 is coming in June, and I'm excited about that. So we're going to learn some leadership lessons from Pixar. We're going to talk about culture today, but welcome to the show, Lim. I said sunshiny because of the weather. You're a weather guy.
Yeah.
You like it.
I love good weather.
I know you do.
I was
Sweater
just
weather.
at the beach and it was good weather.
You're at the beach?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
What beach? How'd it go?
Rosemary Beach in Florida.
Wow.
It was great.
Okay, where's Rosemary? What town? Rosemary Beach? I don't know that one. Is that like
near Seaside? It's on the 30A strip.
Oh, yeah.
Panhandle.
30A, baby.
Yeah.
30A
it was
life.
good. It was so good.
Life is good there. Are you a 30A kind of gal over there, Anj?
You're
one of
I've been to
those-
Florida a lot, but I've no idea what you're talking about.
The reason I'm asking because your family, you're notorious. You're
They're in
like
Florida
the
a lot.
stereotypical New Yorkers going to Florida,
Yeah,
right?
they're totally.
That
yeah.
stereotype is true.
I didn't know it was a stereotype till I moved down here, and one of my friends said it a few years ago, and they were like, "Well, if you're a New Yorker, you have a timeshare in Florida," and I was like, "Oh no, we actually do." And then I was like, "That's weird."
Yeah.
And then I thought about like 8 other families who all also do as well.
Yeah.
Or like the vacation they take, even if they're not on the timeshare, the vacation they take is in Florida.
Well, as a child / teenager, I thought it wasn't true, but just funny, like Seinfeld, like watching Seinfeld episodes and the parents in Florida, and they make jokes about that all the time. I thought it was just like, okay, kind of a joke, whatever. And then the older I got and the more I had conversations with New Yorkers, I'm like, I think the joke is funny because this is very true.
It's pretty true. Yeah, it is pretty true.
All right.
Yeah.
So 38, that was my question. If you, that's like
But no,
from Destin on down,
Yeah.
basically, down the coast. Oh, it's great.
No.
That is a great spot.
So good.
We've been there a couple of times. I'm jealous. I don't have any good big vacations coming up, so
30A.
I'm jealous. All right,
I have
38.
a lot of work travel.
I do not.
If you count the mountains of
no,
Arizona.
I'm not counting that. And if you're out there listening to this, I want to empathize with you, and I want you to empathize with me because I never thought I would be this person. Like 12 years ago, 14 even, starting Paradigm Shift, and as a speaker, leadership facilitator, you have these big grandiose dreams, and you're wanting to do stuff, and you're excited. And every place they go, if it's like, oh, you get to go to, Blytheville, Arkansas. Okay, man, I'm excited about that. That's gonna be great. Now,
Check it off my list.
What's in Blytheville? Let's check it out. Oh man, okay, they've got a statue of the world's largest frog. I'm gonna go check that out. How cool is that? Take a picture and check it off my bucket list. And then I would talk to these seasoned business travelers, and they would go nowhere. They would do nothing. It was like, I distinctly remember being on an airport shuttle talking to someone who was like on their way to China. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I've never been to China. That would be amazing. What are you going to do there? And they're like, well, I'm going for work. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. So we talked about work for a second, but I was like, well, but what are you going to do? Like, are you going to see the Great Wall of China? Are you going to go to any art museums or what are you going to, and they were like, I'm just going to go work. I'm going to see the hotel probably.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, how sad. Wow. How sad. I will never be that person. Well, guess what, team? I am that person.
Yeah.
I am definitely that person.
Like when you travel enough, you kind of get over it.
Well, and it's not even necessarily getting over it. I think that's
It's
a great.
You have so many other things to do.
I think that's it. I think it's not that you get over it, but you just have a lot to do, and you get to the place where, at least this is for me, like, I don't want to do something without my family sometimes. So it's like, oh, I'm going to this really cool place. Well, I don't want to do anything. Like the first time I got to go to Hawaii, I went to the world's fastest Hawaii trip. I was there less than 24 hours. But I did that specifically because I was speaking at a conference, and my wife had never been to Hawaii. My kids had never been to Hawaii. I was like, I don't want to go, quote unquote, go to Hawaii without them. So I just did the work, came home. All that to say, I'm jealous that you went on vacation. That was the whole point. That's the whole point. And if you're out there as a business traveler, I just want to encourage us in 2 ways. How about this? One, I wish I was a little more adventurous. I wish I would, because I think it goes into like the rest and wellness, and that if you're going to some place as a business traveler, and it's like you just said, Anj, I've got so much to do. I'm so busy. Sometimes that's true. But sometimes also I find myself, I'm like, well, I just kind of, killed 2 hours in the hotel, kind of sorting, answering emails.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I was a little more intentional, I might do some more fun stuff. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. But that being said, today it's all about culture. And if you're a business traveler, if you are leading an organization, culture is something that is always being created, whether we try or not. So you might as well try. And the business discussion that I just gave, the travel discussion, you have to be very intentional. Like I just said, I have to really think about it. If I'm going on a trip and I want to see something cool or do something or have an experience, even if it's something as simple as I'm going to be intentional about finding a unique or good restaurant in this city and asking people at the conference or people that, our coworkers to go, well, that's a step above what I'm doing now. Many times, if I assume people can empathize with me and say, I just eat whatever's convenient, like where are you going to eat tonight? The hotel, restaurant. Yeah. I'm going to DoorDash something in because I got to answer. It's that sort of intentionality. Well, your culture creation in your organization is the highest degree of that. And in the second half of the episode, we're going to talk a little bit specifically about culture creation and some ideas that hopefully everyone listening can take and apply to their organizations. But before we get to that, I think you have a bone to pick, Anj. Is that true? In the pre-production meeting, you said, I got a bone to pick. I'd like to settle the score, throw it out there. So go ahead. Cue that music there, Lim.
Wow. I get intro music too.
You do.
That's awesome. I don't think I've ever gotten it on this pod before, except when I took your spot.
I know.
But I wasn't ready that week. I'd like to restart. My bone to pick, my bone to pick specifically, actually it kind of relates to culture if I really tie it in. We have so many different softwares, in not even just Paradigm Shift, just in the world.
Hate them all.
Okay. Some of them make my life easier. I can't say hate them all. Others could make my life easier. And I will tell you the one way that they don't, the one way that they stop. Kyle actually might appreciate this.
Oh, okay.
The amount of software updates. I have two specifically that I am going to pick a bone with. One is QuickBooks.
Oh.
And the other one is Evernote. Like,
QuickBooks is a very used software also. Like this is something that is applying to 80% of our listeners right there.
And I will say this, especially you work in your business and now there's QuickBooks Desktop and there's QuickBooks Online. I cannot speak for the desktop version. We don't have that. We have the QuickBooks Online and there's differences to both.
Sure.
However, I mean, I log in at least once a week. Every time that I log in, it is a new invoices were here. Now they're here. And reports were here. Now they're here. Like literally almost every single week. It is like that. My bone to pick didn't actually start with them. It started with Evernote. So Evernote, I had not downloaded in not even that long, maybe a month. They offload from your phone now. Okay. That's also a bone to pick later on, different one. But I re-got it. I couldn't even figure out. They're like, look at I had to click through 10 different, look at all these new things we're doing. I'm like, I literally don't care. You are a note-taking device. You are a note-taking service. How many different things can you do for me that is going to radically change my life? It is a piece of digital paper with font. That's it. But I had to click through 10 different things just to get to the stupid note I was trying to get to. And then because of all their dumb reformatting, I couldn't even figure out how to bullet point the one item I was trying to find.
That should be obvious. It's a note-taking device.
You are a little note-taking device, and because you're so obsessed with AI, which I do not need on my note-taking device.
Irritating. That's what it is, yes. AI.
I can figure out how to put the bullet point that I ended up making for these. I'm so mad.
Oh, what is it?
Because also I was driving. So
I shouldn't
hold
on.
I shouldn't have been.
Can you? Yeah, you should have been. Thank you for saying.
You know
that,
what?
yes.
We're driving all the time, though.
I'm driving. However, while I'm downloading my updates and figuring out
slacking. I got a bunch of big guys.
Were you on your iPad and phone at the same time?
I was on my phone and doing my makeup at the same time and trying to get my 2-year-old
like
to his class.
Count.
Wow. No, it does though, because I got here while I was waiting for you guys. I'm still going through. I still haven't figured out how to make it a bullet point at all. So now it's AI tasks that are circles, and now I can't figure out how to make them bullet points. Now it's like finish your to do. I was like, it's not a to do, it's a note because you're a note taking device.
It's alerting you. The robot is telling you what to do with your life.
Yes. That actually doesn't bother me though.
This week's Sign of the
Apocalypse. I like people telling me what to do with my life, but I'm like, okay, I love
download stuff in Drive on. That's where we should start. Where you tell you how to live your life.
That's a different problem. That's not the point, though, because I would feel this way even if it was 5 minutes ago.
No doubt.
Here's the real reality.
No diggity.
I think all of these, especially Evernote, all of these little devices,
yes,
they just want to change because everyone else is changing.
You're right.
If you're just changing for the 2% minority who want this one little feature in your device, and now that 98% of us who need a bullet point on their notes can't actually use what the app is supposed to do and can't use it for its sole purpose. If you are changing and you're altering the purpose of your platform, device,
now that's good. Now you're stumbling upon an entire podcast episode.
I know.
You're getting there. You are landing this plane well.
Shout out to Apple Notes real quick. I've never had an update on Apple Notes.
Dilemma, I was actually going to get there. And you know what? When
I haven't noticed it.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. They actually have updated, but I didn't notice. All it did was enhance. The changes enhanced its sole purpose. When your changes take away from the purpose in which you are either operating, delivering, whatever it is that you're doing, then they're not good changes.
Wow.
And that's all freaking Evernote is doing.
Wow.
Anyway, if you work for Evernote, I'm sorry if you're listening to this.
I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Come on, Evernote. You stumbled upon something there. And then welcome to the pod, Kyle the Intern Price. He's here, everybody. He is our resident Pixar expert, and we're going to introduce him officially in just a minute. But Anj, you just said something that I needed to hear. You said your changes should enhance your sole purpose. That's a mic drop. That was great.
And if they're
that
not.
was great. If they're not.
If they're making me mad.
Well, okay. You're really still picking this bone. I feel like
I'm
change.
still mad.
I don't think there's any flesh on this bone left.
Well, that's my rule. If my changes make Anj mad, don't do it. That is my rule. You know what? So Lim, you say you just plain old notes on your phone. Apple Notes. You know what?
I've tried Evernote. I've tried Notion. I've tried the. I just gravitate back to the simple.
Well, I think it should be said that it literally because again, remember I didn't have Evernote downloaded because I won't use it as much. I use Apple Notes. And as I'm driving and all these stupid changes are coming up, I literally said to myself, this is why I just use Apple Notes. Why did I ever use Evernote to begin with?
Well, I was going to say, imagine if you were on your legal pad.
Well, guess
and
what?
It just changed software.
Don't worry.
In the middle.
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. I was just about to say, you know what doesn't update? Your boy's legal pad right here.
Your pad of paper.
You know what? When I'm driving down the road, making my notes, writing.
Making my notes downtown.
Wow. That's pretty good. I like that. Making my notes downtown. Oh, man. I saw her in concert one time. Vanessa Carlton at Orange Crush 2000 at Oklahoma State University. Go
on
Pokes.
Purpose?
Kyle the Intern Price.
Go Pokes.
Absolutely on purpose. Orange Peel was awesome. It was like this, Oklahoma State used to do this, essentially like music/comedy festival, 2 or 3 days. It was great.
It's a festival, okay.
Yeah, I saw Sister Hazel that night. I saw Vanessa Carlton. This is a very 2000s reference.
This is great.
And I know, it was awesome. And David Spade was the comedian that night.
Wow.
All great. But Vanessa Carlton, she threw me off because she goes through her whole set, which was only about like 6 songs. But she's going through her set, and she's like this nice, sweet girl up there singing. And then she's like, okay, everybody, I just want to say, I just love how everyone has just appreciated my song because the first time I played this little ditty, da-da-da-da-da-da, that's all she played. And we were like, oh, all right. She goes, the first time I played that in my house, my mom came running from the kitchen and she said, Vanessa, that's going to be your hit song. That's it. And so I really appreciate that you love it. I like how everybody likes it. So get ready. I'm going to play it for you. 1,000 effing miles! And then she starts playing it. It was the wildest quick left turn you've ever. She yelled that. It was just like that.
I'm imagining she yelled the full.
She did. Yes, I edited because we are a no E podcast. But it was hilarious. So we all went from like, woo, this is great, to we were all like, oh. Like just stunned. Like, oh wow, it was hilarious. Then she's like, making my way downtown. It was
How
great.
do you feel about this song, Vanessa? Is that like a hype effing, or is that like
it was. I don't know what it was.
This one more time.
It was an unnecessary update to the song.
Wow.
That's what it was. We didn't need it. We did not need it one bit. Just play the song because we love it. We're here for you, Vanessa.
I don't even know if anyone asked for it.
Oh, Third Eye Blind was also there that night.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was a good concert. It was a good concert. Okay. Speaking of throwbacks, 1995, a little movie called Toy Story came out and changed my life and the world, some would say. Brought Pixar to the forefront, and Toy Story is a Pixar movie, the first official full-length animated feature film by Pixar, if I'm not mistaken. Kyle, is that correct?
Yeah.
I ask you because Kyle is our Pixar expert, and he is going to help us navigate this beginning of the Pixar Palooza. So actually what I'd like to do is cough. We've got to have a cough button. All right. I need a cough button. So, all right. So, Kyle, tell me your favorite Pixar movie right now. Nothing else. And then we're going to get into what we're doing with Pixar movie. What's your favorite Pixar movie?
Favorite Pixar movie? Man, that's really tough. I got a lot of favorites, but my actual favorite is Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
you know
that's a
what?
good one.
It's
Pretty
like we planned
rewatchable.
it. It's like we planned it, but we didn't. Because Inside Out 2 is coming out.
Oh, yeah.
In June.
Yeah.
How excited are you?
I'm ecstatic.
You are?
If ecstatic was one of Riley's
That might be one of the emotions.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're going to get some
I don't
new
know.
ones. Inside Out is a great Pixar movie. Lim, have you seen that movie?
I have not.
Okay, great. That's what I figured.
Wow,
Okay, that's
okay.
why we're bringing on Kyle. So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
The gimmick and the shtick that we're going through is, this is the Good Leader podcast, and we like leadership lessons, and we can draw those from all sorts of things. Pixar movies are a great treasure trove of leadership fodder.
For sure.
Ideas, whether you agree or disagree with any of it, it's great. Like, wow, that is an interesting perspective for us to contemplate. And we're all about education here. I knew that many of our team members at Paradigm Shift have not seen all the Pixar movies, which I think is a shame. And so we are going to have a tournament all through the summer. Now, I don't know how long it's going to last, but leading up to Inside Out 2 and on the other side of Inside Out 2. But we're going to narrow it down. Right now, there are like 23 Pixar movies, I think, or something like that. Full-length feature films,
yeah.
give or take. And we're going to narrow it down to like the top 8, or what we esteem to be the top 8. And then we're going to put it out to the world, to the universe, as a tournament-style bracket from 8 to 1, the champion of Pixar leadership movies. Now, it's not just your favorite Pixar movie. It's your favorite Pixar leadership. Like, oh, I like this movie the best. That's my favorite. But because I think favorite is often skewed by when you watched it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
if I watched that one when I was a kid, it has a very near and dear place in my heart. That's why. That's why that's a super subjective. It's all subjective.
That's why
But with
everybody loves The Incredibles.
The Incredibles.
It was a good time.
The Incredibles is phenomenal. Well,
Oh,
I don't want.
right. Yeah,
well,
that
here's
might
what we're
be
gonna do.
my
I
favorite.
don't
Movie
want
was
you. I
incredible.
don't want you to name. I don't want you to name them because here's what we're gonna do.
sorry.
Kyle, you and I are gonna be the judge. We're gonna do a little Pixar ping pong between Lim and Anj. And the way this game
I
is
think I'm
played,
gonna win.
the way this game is played, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna do. You get to name a Pixar movie first, Lemuel, and we're going to ping pong back and forth between you and Anj to see who can
He
last the
Googled this
longest.
before we started.
We're going to see
I
who
won't
can
look at my list.
Turn your laptop around. Turn your laptop around. All right, this is a no Google. Yes, all right, this is a no Google
gonna be
challenge.
tough.
Now, in fairness to him, I didn't even tell him he would be set up for this, so it's not like he deliberately
I do
cheated.
think I know more Pixar movies than Disney, so I should
that's
do better
great.
this go around.
Well, you killed it on the Disney episode. I mean,
Bad way.
you and
Literally
Jess,
killed.
you and Jess were just phenomenal.
so bad.
All right, so here we go. So name a Pixar movie, Lim, and if you're out there listening at home, Kyle's going to be our official judge, and he'll give us the exhaustive list.
Okay.
He could probably do it off the top of his head, but we'll make sure that we get it on the Googles. What do you got there, Lim?
Toy Story 1.
Toy Story 1, nice.
Bug's Life.
Bugs Life, nice.
Toy Story 2.
Nice.
Incredibles.
Wow, I can't believe you're just helping him so much. Okay, great.
Toy
I
Story
have a
3.
plan.
Correct.
Incredibles 2.
Nice.
Yep.
Correct.
See, that's exactly what I was saying.
She just said Bug's Life, right?
Yeah.
She did, yeah, so don't say that one.
Nemo. Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo, correct.
Cars.
Correct.
Cars 2.
Correct.
Cars 3.
Correct.
Toy Story 4.
Correct. Now, by the way, these are movies that have to be out, so you can't say Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you that. Okay, in production, because they got a lot kind of
Sure.
sort of in
Okay.
production. There's actually a Toy Story 5 in production. Is why
Sure.
I'm making
Don't
that
worry, we
disclaimer
weren't gonna
now.
go there. Yeah.
just making sure. That guy over
turn.
there, he might have gone to Toy Story
I
7.
said up. He might.
Up. Correct.
Inside Out.
Nice. Well
Did we
played.
already say that? We didn't say
No.
that?
Nope.
Okay.
We just
That's
been
fine.
talking about it.
That's fine.
We're getting down to the nitty gritty. They've named about 11
Yeah,
or
you
12.
guys are doing great.
Y'all are doing great.
Yeah, there's another one that I'm seeing
Is that a
though.
Borat impression? Nitty gritty.
I can see the cover.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Is it
What's-
Raya the
what's the
Last
cover?
Dragon?
That is not Pixar.
that not
we'll give you a
Pixar?
do-over. It's a Disney movie. We'll give you a do-over. That's okay. We're not going to be hardcore with you guys.
We appreciate
I mean, if
it.
Kyle
We're
was
really
playing,
tier
I would,
3
I
here.
would kick him out. If Kyle said Raya, I'd be like, Kyle, you lose.
As you should.
Thank you. Yes.
My
This
better's
is
better
we
than your
grade,
better.
we grade on a curve here.
Did we say Toy Story 4?
Man, I love that
I did,
campaign.
yes.
My better's
Oh, you
better
did
than your
say
better.
that?
What a
Yeah.
great campaign.
Come on.
Okay. Man, I don't know now.
Wow. I just need to get one at this point, right?
Come on.
I know of others, but I'm
Come
questioning now
on.
if they're Pixar.
We'll
Nervous.
grade on a curve on that. You got some sequels that y'all haven't even named yet. That you were on the cusp. I can think of 2 sequels that you haven't named yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, 3, 2.
You can take
What?
it.
Lim-
You can take
Moana.
No.
See, I knew he wasn't going to get it anyway.
No.
Cars 3.
I was like, I'm fine to tie.
Cars 3 is definitely a
Oh
Pixar.
shoot! I thought I said that.
You
That's
said
the
Cars
only
2.
reason.
Did we say Cars?
I think
She
you
said
said
Cars
one.
2.
I thought you said Cars 3
Nope.
after.
No, I didn't.
I was gonna say I don't
only
think it
said
was.
Cars
You also
2.
missed Finding
All right, so
Dory.
did I win?
Finding Dory and Cars
Yeah.
3. Lemuel wins ping pong. Lemuel, give yourself some applause over
No,
there
he
or
didn't.
something.
He started it. I ended it, and he never finished
No,
the
but
last.
you
You said
got-
Cars 3.
Yeah, but you got one.
First person
Oh,
to name
you
a
just said
Pixar
it
movie
now.
gets the win.
After I gave it to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you didn't
Yeah,
say
Lem
it.
won.
does.
Yeah, totally.
All right, Lemuel's the official winner there.
Totally.
Some others that you missed. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, studio audience. Some others that you missed, just off the top of my dome, you missed Monsters, Inc. and Monsters
yeah, I knew that
University.
one too,
Yeah.
You missed Brave,
Yeah.
Brave, I wouldn't have said.
Wall-E,
Soul.
Yeah.
Coco.
Good
Soul
Dinosaur.
was the one.
Good
Soul
di-
was the one that was in my head.
Soul
I'm
was
like,
great.
I can see the literal cover. I can see the guy, and why can't I remember what the name is?
The Elemental.
Turning Red.
Oh, I didn't know Elemental was
Lightyear.
Pixar.
It is.
Pixar.
It's their latest.
Oh,
Luca.
Lightyear, yeah.
Lightyear,
Oh, Luca's
Luca,
Onward.
Onward. Yeah.
Onward was the other
I don't
one
know
in
if
my
we're
head.
missing any. I'm not looking at the list, so we might have missed some back in the day. But
Ratatouille.
Oh, Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Of course. How did I not get Ratatouille? I've been wearing that. I've been wearing Remy on my shoulder for
Yeah.
a couple months now.
I will say, you have really come around on Ratatouille over the years.
I have.
I remember you were.
I
an
was very
opponent.
down on it when it first came out.
That and Wall-E.
Well, it helps when they
hated
create
Wall-E
worse
too.
movies. That helps it too. When they come out with Good Dinosaur, it
That's
makes
really
me
it.
appreciate Ratatouille more.
This is
Man,
really just a
Good
Ratatouille
Dinosaur
kick.
was sad.
Good Dinosaur was weak.
All that was sad.
What a terrible.
It had
one.
good moments,
It's very
but it
low.
was
really.
low.
It's really mediocre Dinosaur. at best.
The Sam Elliott T-Rex cowboy guy.
Yeah, that's
He was-
pretty good.
It was cool.
Well,
that was it.
I'm glad that you're bringing this up because our efforts here, it's going to be difficult because we have to figure out, we have to narrow this down to 8. And I don't even know if we're going to do this today. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're talking about leadership lessons here. Now, Lim, of these, have you seen any of these? I mean, I know that your viewership is not as high as
Yeah,
us.
I've seen a few.
But
Like
you got a
the
little
big
girl.
ones.
We could base it
It's-
off of Lem.
It's time.
Has he seen 8 of them?
Well, because
The
we
majority
did the
has.
quarterback episode, which I really enjoyed, and that's kind of the setup we're going to have of where we watch the movies. And if we haven't seen the movies, we're going to assign them at least these top 8.
Lem's going to get a lot of
so
Netflix hours.
Lem might get a lot.
Or I
of,
guess Disney Plus hours.
Yeah, it's going to be
probably.
Disney Plus
Yeah.
hours. But these are great because they're family movies. You can watch them with your family. It'd be pretty good. And so, have you seen any of them? Have you seen
I've
the Toy
seen,
Stories?
Like the OGs, yeah.
Okay,
like
all right.
back in the day when I was younger.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
watched
All right.
What would you call the OGs, just for clarity?
Toy Story, Incredibles, Nemo.
3.
Basically
Okay.
the 2000s.
Okay.
Okay. Have you
For
seen?
me.
Have you seen so have you seen Brave as a
I have
litmus
not.
test here?
Have you seen Incredibles 2?
Ooh, I
that's
think
not-
so. I think so.
I was
Okay.
so disappointed in Incredibles.
But I've
2.
seen Incredibles.
I liked Incredible 2
many
It was
more
not,
than 1.
No, it was not. Well, wow.
I did.
Wow,
I really
hot
did.
take.
It is a hot take.
That is a hot
I'll
take.
watch it
That's
8 times.
a
Whenever
hot
the boys
take.
want to watch Incredibles, I shoot for 2 over 1.
Well, that is a hot take.
Sometimes I win, sometimes I don't.
I don't dislike the movie. It was a good movie. It just The Incredibles was my favorite Pixar movie for a very long time, and I was anxiously
They waited a
awaiting.
long time.
They waited a long
Yeah.
time, and honestly, too long. And
Yeah.
once the sequel came out, I had such high hopes that I was like, well, I mean, it would have been impossible for them to hit my hopes.
Talk about an underminer. That movie.
Wow, nice job.
Thanks.
Yeah, they didn't even have the Underminer, did
I know.
they?
I think he was in like the first couple minutes of 2.
Oh, you're right.
I don't
He was.
remember.
He was.
was
They
in the
start the
first couple
movie with
minutes,
that. They
yeah.
start the movie
And
with
then
that.
they like
remember a
defeated
whole
him.
lot.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, that's right. Good job, Anj. See,
I've-
Pixar.
I have
How
watched
did
a
you
bunch
lose
of
that
Pixar.
game to Lemuel? Wow, that's gonna go down.
I still
That's gonna go down in
actually,
history.
I
I basically got
actually
4 for
didn't.
free, though.
I
Yeah.
didn't actually lose it. I didn't say one, and then he didn't say one.
I said
He
it.
said Cars 3.
Cars
Oh
3.
yeah, after I gave it to him, we're still not saying.
Wow, what a sore loser over here. Wow, we'll
No,
say
if
that.
I really believed, if I played Kyle in this and you said you lost, I'm not even. Yeah, I probably did.
Yeah, is it
Absolutely.
sad that you lost to Lemuel? I agree, but you lost.
Wow.
Yeah, I still don't think I did.
Okay, we're gonna. You know what? The whole team is gonna listen to this episode and decide. Wow, you sound like my 11-year-old when she loses a game. I didn't really lose. Yeah. What?
Well, you know what? If you're comparing me to Jocelyn, I feel great about myself.
Hey, Jocelyn,
So
for sure. She is a
I'm
wonderful
gonna
human.
take it,
Wonderful
yeah.
human. Okay.
Put me next to Jocelyn anyway.
We got to narrow this down to
Always.
8. All right. So this is all we're doing today. We're not even going to get to even our culture talk. I'm sorry, people. We're going to, you know what? For those of you who are listening who don't even like Pixar, let me give you this. If you are looking for a resource, you should check out Creativity Inc. Anj, you've read this book too, right?
Well, a long time ago.
Long time. Kyle, have you read it?
I have read part of it. It's
Okay.
one of those that I started and just didn't make it
I think
through.
it's by Ed Catmull, if I'm not mistaken. He's the
you're
one
right.
who wrote it. And it is a really good read. It tells part of the Pixar story. Also got some leadership lessons in there. It's a great read if you're looking for a resource. Even if this is not like I love Pixar movies and I want to read this book. This is if you never watch a Pixar movie, but are in business and leadership. It's great read. It's not
Kinda
up there
like the
with
Ride of a Lifetime.
I was just about to say
Yeah.
it's not Ride of a Lifetime. I would put Ride of a Lifetime above it. I would
Yeah.
put Shoe Dog
Me
above
too.
it.
Me
But it's
too.
the next tier. It's the next tier of like I really like that, and I would recommend it. So I encourage you to check it out. We're going to take a quick break, and after the break, we are going to discuss our top 8 very quickly Pixar movies. What should be in this tournament? What are the leadership lessons off the top of our head? How are we going to throw these in here? How are we going to narrow it down? And maybe throw in just one quick culture piece at the end. But here we go. Let's go to break.
Hey, are you tired of really long ads? This one's going to be short. Go to ps.company/store, buy some stuff, you won't regret it.
You know what I appreciate in advertising?
That's good, Kyle.
Honesty. That's what I appreciate in honesty.
Me too.
That
We
is
just
ex-
bought a new software off
That is-
Honesty.
Yeah, that is exact. Yeah, that is your bone to pick. You know what? What do we want you to do? We want you to go to ps.company/store. We want you to buy something.
Do it, please.
You won't regret it.
You won't regret it.
You won't
It's
regret
true.
it. I've never regretted anything I purchased on there.
Yeah.
So
Same.
Check it
Don't
out.
say.
Yeah. What? I have purchased things on there.
No, I know.
Especially when we were starting the store. I was testing the system.
I know.
I was like, all right, this is great.
Wow, this works. I do not regret that.
This works. I do not regret
That's
it.
why I said, oh, you don't say.
All right. Okay. Lim, I'm going to go to you first.
Okay.
Any of those Pixar movies that you remember back when you were just a
A wee lad.
wee lad watching in Indiana, and you just outside, you're shooting hoops.
Yeah.
You come inside.
Yep.
Your mom made you some cookies.
Peanut
little
butter and
glass
jelly.
of milk. Oh, you PBJ
wow.
guy. All right. Okay.
Dip it in the milk.
Dip it in the milk. Okay, I can
my
see
thing.
that. All right. And you sit down and you grab the old VHS, put it in there,
Yep.
and
Rewind it.
rewind it. What?
Wow, yeah.
What movie you watching
Go
that you would say, you know what? If we're talking about it, because I think the OG should be represented here.
Yeah.
What movie would you say we got to put this in the top 8 as far as leadership lessons, learning things?
I'm gonna
You
go
know.
Finding Nemo.
Oh, okay. Not where I thought you were going to go, but I like
Finding
it.
Nemo.
I like it. Why are you nominating Finding
Just
Nemo?
The father-son connection is amazing.
Okay, okay.
I love
Ooh.
the dad's determination in finding
Okay.
his son.
Determination. I
I
like
love,
that.
there's all these twists and turns along the way.
Yes.
You're focused, dude.
Okay.
I
I like it. Yeah. Okay.
It was a good movie.
Okay. You know what? That's a great recommendation. All right, Kyle. All right, we're going to narrow this down to 8. What are some of your nominees?
Oh,
give me a
man.
couple. Give me a couple. Just give me a couple off the top of your head, because
Okay.
you don't have to give me your final answer. But this is leadership lesson. What are you thinking?
One that I think is super underrated is A Bug's Life.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think a lot of
Yeah.
people overlook A Bug's Life.
I
thought
It's
about that.
fantastic. There's a moment in that
Really?
movie where
Okay. I was overlooking it. I'll be honest. It's
Well,
not
yeah.
in my list here of what I thought we'd go
there's
with.
so many great moments. I mean, Flick is such an inspirational leader. He sees the strength of his team.
Really?
He has a hard time getting
Okay.
people to follow him sometimes, but
Okay.
he's a great
Oh, well,
leader.
now what a great
Princess
lesson in
Ada,
itself. I have a hard time getting people to follow me.
But he has the
sometimes.
vision.
That's good.
He has the vision, but not the galvanization always.
Yeah.
Wow. Now you're dropping
Truth.
Patrick Lencioni.
But
on
he gets
just
there by
liking
the end.
this.
He
She's
gets
in.
there by the end, which I appreciate. And then Princess Ada, Queen Ada.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Okay.
There's a moment with Hopper.
Her mom dies?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There's a moment. No, her mom doesn't die, does she? I don't think she dies.
She did.
How
I
does
was
a
like-
princess become a queen?
It gets handed over to you if you're an aunt.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And
I don't know. But there's a
Kyle's
moment
had
with
some talks.
Hopper.
No, it's good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Save it. You can save it because
listen,
I know where you're about to go.
yes, it's-
save that
it's
one.
a
Save
good
that
one.
lesson for a few
Okay,
weeks from
fine.
now because that's a good lesson. You know
Yes.
what? A Bug's Life, because I was even thinking of like you're more than you think you are with
Yes.
the actors. They're like, we cannot do this. And they saved
Yes.
the whole Okay, all right. Bug's
So
Life.
many-
Boom.
so
Right
many
there.
good ones.
Anj, what do you think?
Okay, mine's very specific.
Okay.
Cars 3. I think it's Cars 3. Honestly,
Whoa.
it's been a long time
Okay,
since
definitely
I've watched
not
the
on-
Cars.
Definitely not on my list. Wow.
Well, I'll tell you why. I think it's Cars 3.
Okay.
Is there Cars 4?
No, it's Cars
Okay,
3.
then it's Cars 3.
Cars 3 is where he's
About to be.
old
I
and
know.
he needs to retire, and the trainer girl.
So
Cruz.
I've
Cruz,
been in
thank
a
you.
lot of
Okay.
different conversations about like how you set your team up or how you develop like the successor after you.
So like succession planning. Okay.
Yes,
I like
things
this.
like that.
Okay.
And I
Interesting.
think
Wow.
there's a lot that you could pull from with Cruz and
Lightning McQueen.
yeah, wow. I totally blanked on his name.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Cars 3. All right. My nominee is going to be Soul.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen Soul?
Yeah, I did. It was mediocre.
Wow. Okay. But the leadership lesson to me is phenomenal.
Sure. What is it?
Okay. Wasn't that impactful for Anj?
I mean, I only watched
Okay.
it like 2 times, so I need
I
a
love the
refresher.
part. I love the part. It's actually it's one of those where it's not like A Bug's Life, which has all these lessons throughout that are
Sure.
great. To me, it's you watch the whole movie and then at the end of the movie you go, wow, okay, that hit me pretty hard. He's going through this whole thing trying to figure out his purpose, and he finally gets to spoilers. By the way, anyway, there's at the end of it he figures out that it's the story where the jazz musician is telling him about the fish, and the fish is on this search, and he's trying to find the ocean, and he's trying to find the ocean, and he finally talks to this older fish, and the older fish is like, "What are you doing? What are you looking for? What are you searching for? What are you working so hard for?" He's like, "I'm trying to find the ocean." He's like, "Man, you're in the ocean." He's like, "This isn't the ocean. This is just water." It's like,
That's deep.
Sure.
that's deep. Thank you. Ocean joke. The lesson of he discovers that all of the quote unquote ordinary daily things in life is life. And he's missing it because he's trying so hard to find this other stuff.
Sure.
It's a good lesson.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm good. You know what? It's my nominee, Anj. All right.
know.
We can
I
kick it
didn't
out
say
later.
anything.
You
I
did.
didn't
You
say
did. You
anything.
said a lot. You said a lot. All right.
said yeah.
That's my nominee. All right. Any other nominations? Anj is going to fight for its soul not to be in here. But any other nominations? We got to narrow it down to 8. We can go rapid fire here. All right. We've all paid our highlights. Anj really dogged mine. I appreciate the support.
I wasn't dogging you.
Is there
I
a
was-
Pixar movie about encouraging
I wasn't
others, even
dogging
if you
you.
disagree with them?
Actually, 100%.
You can disagree
Onward.
later. Onward. Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
I'm putting it on the
Onward's
list.
a good one.
Have you seen it? Have you seen
Yes,
it?
I
Do you
have
know the
seen it.
character Barley? How he is encouraging the little
Yeah,
brother
that's why
all
I
the
just
time.
agreed with it.
Good. I think we need a rewatch. All right. I think we need a rewatch. All right.
It wasn't your suggestion I didn't like. I think that's a great leadership lesson. I just really didn't like the movie.
But that's what, okay, great. That's a great clarifier. I'm not saying Soul is my favorite Pixar movie. I'm saying
I just
leadership
think
lesson.
There's another leadership lesson to find in it because the movie should have ended like 2 hours before it did. So I couldn't even get to the ocean part.
Oh my gosh! The
Because it
whole
took
movie is
so
only
long
2
to
hours.
get there. I literally thought the movie was ending 3 different times. I was like, wow, finally, here we are. Ending, not ending, ending, not ending, ending. Oh, lesson, good, end, finally.
Onward, great example. Anybody else going to give me nominees here? I'm going to go Toy Story. I don't know if
was
I'm going to
gonna
go.
say Toy
I don't know
Story.
if
I was
I'm
about
gonna-
to say.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to pick 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I know,
I would
that's
pick
hard.
1 or 3.
Well,
Personally.
three was my immediate good lesson. I'd pick 3.
Hey, that bear's a good leader.
He's effective.
He's not a good leader.
He's effective.
Yeah.
He was making things happen. That's the
effective
truth.
leader.
He
Yeah.
was an effective leader. He was
Back around
he was
to
getting
it.
things done. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Toy Story 3. We put it on the nominees.
I would put, I think that's a good one.
All right. We're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Anybody got any other
I
ones?
feel like there's got to be,
There's some new stuff. There's Elemental. There's
Yeah.
pull up the list. So we're not
Yep,
we
I
don't want to
gotcha.
be overlooking something.
But I was
like
also thinking
Brave
of-
as a leadership lesson. You know,
Yeah,
Do you,
that's always a good one.
is it destiny? Is it fate? Do you make your own destiny? You know, those sorts of things.
own hand.
Yeah. That's good. We should probably do Brave just so Kyle can do the
I
accents.
like the idea
right.
of Monsters, Inc.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because, well, obviously this is
what's the leadership lesson there?
I'm going to tell you.
Thank you.
Also, don't forget how excited you were when I just said that.
Should have ended 5 minutes into the movie. No, I'm kidding. I
People's
love
first
Monsters, Inc.
response
I love
is their
Monsters, Inc.
realist response.
Thank you. That's why I was so mad at you about Soul. Keep going.
Just don't like the movie.
I didn't say anything.
I didn't.
Anyway, go ahead. What do you got? Monsters Inc.
I bit my tongue.
Monsters, Inc.
Monsters Inc. because I think that is a movie where the leadership lesson is like making what you're naturally good at stronger, strengthening your strength rather than trying to like be someone else.
Oh.
You know, little.
Okay.
I was trying to pull something that's not as obvious, but that's basically like what Mike did all the way through. He's trying to be like this big scare that somebody's good at. He's good at making people laugh.
That's true.
But at
That's
the
true.
end,
That's good.
They all changed their jobs, right?
This would be a great debate because then at the end, the scary monsters flip to being funny too.
Only the funny ones. Because what's his face? Sully didn't go back. He didn't like start making people laugh. He stuck to what he was good at, which was like apparently leading people.
Being a villain.
Yeah, I don't think he was
Randall.
a villain.
Yeah, Randall's the villain.
Oh,
It's no problem.
And Mr. Waternoose.
so I thought.
Yeah.
Hey, nice bonus points.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. All right. I like Monsters, Inc. All right. How about, I think Monsters University might even be
Well, sure.
more even leadership lessons, but because exactly what you're saying. Like he's living his whole life trying to be a scarer.
Yeah, it would fit both of his. The lesson would be taken out of both.
Okay, I like it.
University
Tell you,
or Monsters Inc.
Tell you what, if we did a bracket on greatest leaders in Pixar, Don Carlton, not the local Don Carlton,
Yeah,
but the
I was like,
no, not the one from around here.
What is
the
he talking-
He's the guy. He's the salesman, right?
he's the
Is he got the squishy hands?
yeah, he's the tentacle guy that was the salesman, and he was like, I was in sales for a while, and then I got laid off, and I came back to learn the computers. So welcome to Fios Macappa.
Monsters University is underrated. Monsters University hits a lot of hilarious things.
It does. Is Zootopia
No,
Pixar?
Disney.
Dang,
Get
wow,
outta
I
here.
had a great lesson out of
No,
that.
Zootopia is awesome, but no.
It's getting a sequel.
Yeah, it is. Getting
But
a
it's
whole
still
land
Disney.
in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
All right.
That
okay.
tracks.
All right, last
makes
call.
sense.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need one more, and then we'll see if we missed anything on the next episode.
Should we put The Incredibles on there?
I was thinking Inside Out also.
maybe-
Oh, yeah, well.
Maybe-
Oh,
I don't know.
Inside Out.
You know?
That's pretty good because we haven't even. I don't
Yeah,
know, but the leadership
Inside Out.
lesson. Inside Out hits me in the feels.
Yeah,
really
I don't
hard.
have a lot of lessons out.
But I don't know if I would say Good Leader Podcast leadership
Oh, man.
lessons. Maybe
I've got
so.
some great leadership
Well, let me hear it.
lessons from
Convince
Inside
me.
Out.
Yeah.
Convince
Well,
us.
it's the idea that leadership isn't just joyful. You know, it's
Oh.
a matter of taking your team into account.
Okay.
You know, so
Oh.
she really fights against sadness. Joy fights against
the whole
sadness
time.
the entire time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Resolve
Have you got
is
a
only
team member
found,
you wish wasn't on your team?
no doubt.
No diggity, no doubt.
No diggity, no doubt.
Wow,
Resolve
who,
is-
Kyle? Who?
What?
By name? Who? You really were adamant. Like, yeah, you seem passionate about it. You have a
I
team
see what
member
you did there.
that you
I
don't
see-
want on your team.
Yeah, Chet Faker.
Oh, okay.
Blackstreet. No diggity, no doubt. No, but resolve is only found whenever joy and sadness,
Yes.
you know, come together.
Well, I think there's an argument for like being an emotionally healthy leader within that
okay.
too, like being able to identify emotions and move through them. So that could definitely, we don't talk probably enough about emotionally healthy leadership.
Oh, okay.
My big
okay.
argument in life recently is it is actually not hard to be a leader. Really don't think it is.
Okay.
It's hard to be a healthy leader.
Okay.
Trying to develop other healthier leaders. That is hard.
Okay.
But for me to just walk in, do something to demand respect and get the needle moving, that's actually not hard. You know, I'm just going to get rid of everyone here who doesn't like that model and find someone who will. But to be a healthy leader, maybe an emotionally healthy and aware leader, that is hard.
Okay. That's pretty good. I do like that. Well, and Inside Out 2 coming out. I'm totally fine with Inside Out being on there. I'm disappointed that we don't have Up. I'm a little disappointed that we don't have Cars. I mean, we have Cars 3.
well,
we have
you
Cars
can do-
3.
I guess you could just regular Cars. Cars 3 is
know.
just
I'm
the
just
one
throwing it
where
out
I
there.
was really pulling a...
It was good. No, I like it. You pulled a great leadership lesson there. That's why we're doing it, because there's a treasure trove here. All right, we're gonna bring on somebody else on the next episode to clarify this list to see if there's anything we missed. But for today, this is the summer. So thank you for listening to the Good Leader Podcast. We're gonna have a lot of fun. If you have not put Inside Out 2 on your calendar, put it on there. This episode not sponsored by Disney or Pixar, but it certainly should be. So we'll get on the horn with them and see what they can do for the next episodes. But coming up, we're going to talk about culture on the next episode and how we can learn from all of these things around us. And until next time, I hope you had some fun with us today and get ready for a fun summer as we have Pixar Palooza and get out there and be a good leader.